Good morning. My name is Megan Godby, and I'm the Adult Literacy Coordinator here at Nashville Public Library. And I'm delighted to welcome you to our 4th annual Adult Educator of the Year. This award is given each year to an educator, paid or volunteer, who exemplifies creativity and passion for making our city's adults better equipped to achieve their educational goals. Each year, applications are submitted in the fall, and a panel of community judges review the nominees in a double-blinded process. This means that they can't see the name of the agencies or the name of the individual, just the characteristics of that person. So I'd like to take a moment to thank those people who helped us select the winners this year. Some of them are with us today, so if you are, please stand so that we can recognize you. Linda Harrison from Nashville Public Library, Don Holmes from the Library Foundation Board, Raymond Kinzunza from the Immigrant Advisory Committee, Kenyatta Lovett from Complete Tennessee, Angela Meeks from HCA, and Sabrina Miller from SunTrust. Let's give them a hand. Thanks for helping select today's winners. Before our awards, we have a few greetings from local leaders on stage, starting with an official welcome to the library from Elise Adler, our Director of Community Engagement and Education.
Good morning. How's everybody doing? Yeah? It's early, I'll give you that. Well, it's a pleasure for me to be able to say welcome and thanks for being here at Nashville Public Library, an institution that's committed to embracing the whole family in literacy and education, and understands and supports the critical importance of the adult component of lifelong learning. And I know I'm preaching to the choir, but adult education impacts every part of the Nashville community. Employment rates, poverty levels, healthcare costs, crime rates, and K-12 school performance. So I have the honor of taking a moment to express my deep gratitude to all of you hardworking adult educators who on a daily basis work so hard to change people's lives for the better. As we continue to work together, we'll strive to meet the needs of the 250,000 adults in our city who need but often don't receive educational support. And together, we've already demonstrated that we can have a collective voice, that we can have a collective vision. And by continuing our work together, we'll create strategies and leverage capacity in order to meet the vast and varying needs of our adult community. It will happen, and I want to say again thanks to all of you and to those of you who are working with the Adult Education Collective Impact Group. You've proven that we're better and we're stronger together. I also want to say a huge thank you to our supporters, to our funders, Nashville Public Library Foundation, SunTrust Bank Foundation, and to Dollar General. Your generosity makes all of this work possible. Thank you. So now it's my honor to introduce a great leader. A person who, for as long as I've known him, and I've known him for many, many years, he has always worked for Nashville and its citizens. He's worked to make the city a better place and to help each individual meet their full potential. We know that in order to make an impact, to move the needle in the right direction on any issue, we have to meet challenges by coming through many different points of entry. As the leader of our city, Mayor Briley is pushing 2 major educational initiatives, focusing on equity for all students. Nashville Grad is about expanding college access to all students and ensuring that everyone can participate in our growing economy. His kitchen cabinet on priority schools is also about ensuring that as a city, we are doing all we can to provide a high-quality education for all students, regardless of race or income. So thank you, Mayor, and thank you for being here today. And I want you all to help me welcome Mayor Briley.
Thank you very much for that kind introduction. She's basically said it all. I should just sit down, I'm thinking. But I do want to, before I do sit down, I want to acknowledge that Councilman Freddie O'Connell is here with us this morning. Clearly, not only is this his councilmanic district here, but he's also a big supporter of equity and making sure that everybody in our community has a chance to succeed. One thing that wasn't mentioned is that the ability to read is really a prerequisite in many respects to being a participant in our civic life. And Nashville is on a pathway right now to being about a third or more either immigrant or the child of an immigrant. And so if we truly want to be a community where everybody gets a chance to participate civically, we've got to do more and more for adults who've come here as immigrants or refugees and make sure that they are ready and capable of participating in our civic life. The same is true for a lot of folks who have gone through MNPS in Nashville and maybe didn't leave with all the skills that they needed to leave with. So I want to say thank you to each and every one of you today for your willingness to help us get to the point where everybody has a chance to participate in civic life, if nothing else, in civic life, because too often it's a narrow group of people who are already doing well who get to decide the direction of the city. So from my perspective, adult education is more critical than anything when it comes to having decision-making that reflects the desires and directions and hopes and dreams of everybody who lives here. So I look forward. I know who won, by the way. Do you want me to tell you? No. I'm supposed to wait for that, right? Okay, I'm not going to do that. I would. I've totally blown stuff before. But Nashville Grads, a great program that we think is going to help a lot when it comes to giving folks a chance. It's basically a low cost grant in aid plus mentoring and counseling for our MNPS students that are going on to Nashville State Community College. That's because the completion rate for young folks going through there, especially if you're coming from poverty, is in the single digits as a percentage. 7-8% over 3 years. Just getting that associate's degree can raise your lifetime earnings by a third. So a small $1,000 or $2,000 investment is going to have a $400,000 or $500,000 return on investment every time we do it. So every time we invest, we're doing that because it is my commitment to the city of Nashville that every time we invest in a job relocation or an expansion, we're going to invest just as much in the folks who live here. That's what Nashville Grad is really all about, is making sure that the folks who are here in Nashville have a true chance to success. And with that, I'm going to sit down and say congratulations for being here because it means you care about your city. Congratulations to whomever wins, and I'm not going to blow the secret. Thank you.
You really had me sweating there for a second. Thanks so much for being here, Mayor Briley. As Elise mentioned, the generous support of our local funders allows us access to the resources that support our work every single day and allow us to host events like this one. So I'd like to invite a couple of those people to speak now. First, we'll hear from Deneen Torr from Dollar General, followed by Sabrina Miller from SunTrust.
That is the second time I've dropped that piece of paper. It does not like me this morning. Kim was also the first person to clap, so I'm thankful for that. But I'm Deneen Torr. I'm with Dollar General, and it's so lovely to be here with you today. You know, before I ever even get started, that you guys have my heart and that we have a true passion for serving adult learners and all learners in our community. But on the adult side, who's often voiceless and sometimes left behind, from the bottom of my heart, I thank you for all you do, and I feel like we're family. As a matter of fact, I wore my comfortable shoes because we were so today, just for you. But it is great to be here with you today to celebrate the amazing adult educators we have in our community. And congratulations to all the nominees. You guys rock, and you're doing amazing work, and for that we're truly, truly grateful. And there is something very special about adult educators. You know, you touch the lives of your students in so many ways and have an impact that lasts forever. You go above and beyond, and you support them day and night while they pursue their educational dreams. You inspire, you encourage, you mentor, and you believe in your students when they need it most. And that's powerful. And when obstacles or challenges present themselves, as they often do, you are there for your students to help them tackle those challenges head on, not allowing a temporary barrier to become a permanent roadblock, creating solutions and reasons why you can instead of excuses for why you can't. And we are very proud to serve alongside you. And like you, we remain focused on being there for the students who need us most. And the Dollar General Literacy Foundation has been investing in literacy programs for more than 26 years, helping individuals learn to read, prepare for their high school equivalency, or learn English. And since our inception, the foundation has awarded more than $160 million in programs that have helped more than 10 million individuals, but our work would not be possible without each and every one of you. The teachers and tutors that are there each and every day, serving your students and not only changing their lives, but their families and the generations to come. Our community is a better place because of each and every one of you. So truly, as I started off this conversation, from the bottom of my heart and from Dollar General, we thank you. And we are honored to be here with you to celebrate and can't wait to do more together over the coming year. Thank you. And then I'm going to turn it over to Sabrina.
All right, good morning, Nashville. Benjamin Franklin, American forefather and founder of the first public library in the U.S., once claimed, "An investment in knowledge always pays the best dividends." Franklin's formal education was abruptly ended at the age of 10, when circumstances dictated that he would go to work in order to provide for his family, but he never let this setback interfere with learning. In 1731, he organized 50 founding members to draft an action plan and rules for the library company. For the first time in American history, the ability to further educate was free and available for anyone willing to pursue it. We at SunTrust have been partnering with the Library Foundation for over a decade and understand the importance of all of the Nashville Public Library initiatives. We truly believe that its mission aligns with our purpose to light the way to financial well-being. Some shocking adult literacy facts include that children of parents with low literacy skills have a 72% chance of being at the lowest reading themselves. Every year, 1 in 6 young adults drops out of high school. And recent data show that nearly 30% of adults with household incomes at or below the federal poverty line do not have a high school credential. About 50% of the 2 million immigrants that come to the U.S. each year lack high school education and proficiency in English language skills. This limits their access to jobs, college, and citizenship, and increases their vulnerability to live in poverty. Low literacy is a global crisis that affects all of us. It is so important to confront the facts so that we can stand together to make a change. This room exemplifies how through financial support from organizations like SunTrust and Dollar General, in conjunction with a central hub such as the Nashville Public Library, and the passion and creativity of individuals like you, we can make an impact to help Nashville adults achieve their educational goals. We at SunTrust are very proud of our partnership with the Nashville Public Library Foundation and our commitment to help the Nashville community take a step towards financial confidence. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you again for your generous support. So now's the moment we've all been waiting for. I'll invite each of our nominees to come to the stage and take a photo with the mayor, as well as receive a certificate from Sean Bacher, our Library Foundation president. So I'll invite you guys to take your places on the stage. I will ask that you will hold your applause until I've had a moment to share a quote from the person's nomination, and then they'll join us on stage. So our first nominee is Amy Shifflett Bloom from Nashville International Center for Empowerment. Amy consistently provides differentiated and individualized instruction to each of her students. Her activities provide students with immediate, substantive feedback, and the topics of her writing assignments empower students to tell their own stories. Congratulations, Amy. Yeah. Next up is Melissa Cash from the Institute for Volunteer Programs. Melissa has helped over 10 organizations outside of Tennessee start and run ESL programs, and her selflessness is the thing that sets her apart. For example, she was able to recently respond to an Egyptian mother who was looking for classes near her home. This is a single mother that was working 2 jobs with limited transportation, and she called crying because she wasn't able to help her children with their homework. Melissa worked hard to start classes at that mother's church, and later the students shared what a difference it had made. She was able to get a job with a higher salary, quit the second job, and now she helps her child with her homework in the evenings. Congratulations, Melissa. Our next nominee is Judy Rai from Martha O'Brien Center. Judy's passion for her students is stunning. She's an example of affection, tough love, and boundless compassion. Judy's innovation becomes most apparent when she is rethinking systems and reimagining the program so that it best benefits the student. Those who work with her are stunned that someone with so many years of experience is so willing to change and new ideas. Congratulations, Judy. Next is Wendy Salyers from the branch of Nashville. Wendy is totally given and dedicated to her role in teaching adult students who are learning ESL. With a degree in education and in English, she is constantly drawing on her years of experience in secondary learning in order to create new ways to teach to the learning styles of her students, making their experience enjoyable and providing exceptional learning environments. She is always joyful, professional, dedicated, and thorough. Congratulations, Wendy. Miriam Shihata from Conexión Americas. Her ability to humanize each student and to meet them where they are in their learning process is what makes her such a talented and successful teacher of English. She sees the many dimensions of her students and works to address the multiple barriers to language learning, either through referrals to partners for help or simply by listening to them and helping them become active agents in their own success. Congratulations, Miriam. And our last but not least nominee is Helen Wall from Tennessee Language Center. Helen created her own curriculum for literacy level classes. This curriculum was so needed that it has been shared with other ESL to go instructors. The literacy level is often overwhelming to teach, especially for new teachers. When a teacher isn't able to verbally confirm if students understand, it requires lessons that allow students to prove that they understand through simple games and practice exercises. Helen was able to make lessons which do this in an entertaining way for her students. And the other teachers who've used Helen's curriculum have spoken highly of it and are grateful to have a framework upon which to build their lessons. Congratulations, Helen. It's really nice to work in a city where there's so many deserving nominees. But now I'll announce our winners. I'll share a few words about our runner-up and invite her to come back to the stage to collect her prize. The runner-up will receive a prize package with items for professional development and self-care, and their agency will receive a $1,000 grant from the Dollar General Literacy Foundation. The runner-up has been described as a volunteer that goes above and beyond the call of duty. She began volunteering at this organization when she didn't have a car, and she walked over an hour to teach class 2 times a week. She truly cares about the needs of the whole person. In addition to volunteer teaching, she's a university student and an intern at multiple community organizations working on issues of homelessness and access to health care. In adult education, she teaches the largest classes, and her students are among the most academically successful and resilient because she has a personal commitment to following up with each and every one of them, and a unique ability to create meaningful and culturally relevant content. Please help me congratulate our runner-up, Miriam Shihata from Conexión Americas. And now for our winner. I'll invite the winner to come to the podium to deliver short remarks and then head back over for one last photo op with the mayor. She will receive a professional development and self-care package, as well as a membership to a professional organization of her choice. She will also be featured in a press release about her work. And the winning agency will receive a $750 check from the Library Foundation, as well as a $2,000 check from Dollar General Literacy Foundation, as well as a celebration party sponsored by the library. This person has been described as a pillar of hope and support for learners as well as staff. She has boundless compassion with ceaseless joy, anchored in healthy practices. She has a unique ability to see and hear people as they are, calling out the good in each person and inviting them to step into the best version of themselves. I'm gonna cry. The adult education community sometimes refers to her as our fairy godmother, or our mother hen, and that's because she takes so many of us under her wing. She has embraced, supported, and mentored almost everyone in this field. She served as the advisor to the task force that helped create the program here at the library 7 years ago. And she helped call into action this community. So I can't think of any more deserving person than Judy Rai from Martha O'Brien Center. I came prepared. This is your work.
Well, I do know a lot of you. And I'm grateful to have a community, just as I was grateful to have a place to come to at Martha O'Brien Center. It means so much to me to be here and to be with you, and to know that at Martha O'Brien Center we've had the courage and we've had the funders who would let us be courageous, to make changes when we needed to ask the question, sometimes every week, how can we do it better? And to have teachers like Luann Graber and Ty Brown who took that challenge and made changes in curriculum, designed a blended learning model, and worked with students tirelessly one-on-one. I was there as a teacher first, and then moved into the role of director, but what I really do, and Megan helped me learn this, she challenged us once to describe what we do in 7 words without using our job title. You might have been at the conference when we had to do that in about 60 seconds. But it was very clear what I did, and it scared me a bit that I came up with these words so quickly. And they were, I create environments for learning and growing. And that is what I do, and I think it's what I've always done, and I really love it. I love watching the people come in and want to stay, and come back after 10 years and want to finish. So I am grateful, and I'm grateful to people here for taking care of us, and to Marcia and Robin and Adam and Kent for being people that have taught me, because I didn't learn how to do this. I watched other people. And I can tell you that many times I say, I channel other people. If someone says, how do you know what to say? I remember what I heard other people say. I remember the social workers, and I remember Christine Jackson, and I remember the people around me, and I watched them. So you have been my teachers, and I thank you.
Judy, stay here for 1 second. We've got one more thing before I send you to the mayor. We're honored to have Councilman Brett Withers here to offer a proclamation in your honor.
It's my great honor as the District 6 council member, person who represents District 6, where the Martha O'Brien Center is located and has done so much work for many, many decades to benefit all of our community. It's also my great honor as a member of the Metro Council's, the chair of the Personnel Committee and a member of the Education Committee, to present a proclamation recognizing Judy Rai, and I'll read that if I may. It says, whereas Judy Rai is named the 2019 Adult Educator of the Year, an award that honors a teacher who makes significant contributions to the work of adult education in Middle Tennessee. And whereas through exceptional dedication and innovation, Nashville's adult educators foster the English language, basic literacy, and life skills learners need to achieve their personal and professional goals. And whereas, as the Director of Adult Education at the Martha O'Brien Center, Judy implements professional development services offered by the Nashville Public Library's Adult Literacy Program to a wide community of adult learners. And whereas adult learners have the opportunity to work with tutors to prepare for the, I'm not going to pronounce this right, but HiSET exam, or work on individual skills such as reading, math, and digital literacy. And whereas Judy leads a program that is innovative in the use of technology in the classroom and increases the effectiveness of instruction, therefore allowing for more student interaction. And whereas Judy Rai consistently goes above and beyond to make the adult education program accessible to adult learners and empowers every individual in the program to reach their education goals, regardless of their age or level of education. And whereas one of Judy's many gifts as an adult educator is her ability to listen to every person and see people as they are, while challenging them to step into the best version of themselves. And whereas Judy is invested in the growth of every person who walks through the door and is a pillar of hope and support as evidenced by student testimonies during graduation ceremonies. And whereas Judy has been called a pioneer for her willingness to explore new ideas and her ability to reimagine the adult education program so it best benefits the student. And whereas Nashville is truly fortunate to have a passionate and inspiring adult educator dedicated to equipping students with the knowledge and tools they need to succeed academically, professionally, and personally. Now, therefore, I, Brett A. Withers, District 6 Council Member of the Metropolitan Government of Nashville and Davidson County, do hereby recognize Judy Rai as the 2019 Adult Educator of the Year and thank her for her hard work and continued commitment to adult students and their education. Signed March 1st, 2019.
Thank you, Councilman Withers. As Elise mentioned, our program is made possible with generous support from a public-private partnership, and we're so lucky to have the Library Foundation. So I have one final speaker, Don Holmes, who serves on our library board, to give a couple of remarks and then send us off to celebrate at our reception. Don?
Good morning to you all. First, let me say congratulations to you, Judy, and to the other nominees that are here with us today. Congratulations, welcome to all of you. Congratulations to all of you who work in this important field. I joined the board about 2 years ago, in July of 2017. And about 3 months after that, I received a call to ask to go to lunch. And at that lunch, I was asked to serve as a liaison between the board and the adult literacy program, which was funded by the board. At that time, I had no idea what that was about. I thought it was about, okay, going and the whole thing about reading. It wasn't until I got totally involved that I understood that this field is so much broader than just having individuals read. It opened my eyes to the vastness of what literacy is all about. And the awareness that I gained from that, the education that I've gained from that, through working with Megan, her team, and with some of you, has been enormous, fantastic, amazing. I can continue with the words. One of the things that I have been able to do is to bring that message back to the Nashville Public Library Foundation Board. The board funds programs, but as I indicated to them and as they acknowledge, we're a board that probably does not get involved with the population that the adult program serves. Many of us don't. I was fortunate enough to have a brother, and I say fortunate enough from an understanding standpoint, to have a brother who was chronic epileptic with grand mal seizures, who never learned to read. But I didn't understand the enormity of that until I got up in age. And I really understand now the enormity of it, having worked with the program. When I go to visit Project Return, where individuals can read, these are individuals who are returning to society from prisons and they can read. But there are aspects of things that they cannot do, that they need to have really to get back into society. One simple thing is to understand a computer and to understand what it is to have an email address, to understand what it is to apply for a job through email, through the system. There's no more walk-ins, right? Everything is through the system. So this field that many of us know little about, and all of you know a lot about, needs to be expanded, it needs to be talked about, it needs to be communicated to those of us who are in positions to help. I do want to acknowledge this morning David Esquivel, who is the chair, please stand, David, who is chair of the board, the Nashville Public Library Foundation Board. Now, I want to acknowledge David because we've made a call out to the board to get more involved in understanding the various aspects of the programs which we fund. I want to say to Megan and her team, I can't speak enough about the work that they do. And I am a complete advocate, as my board knows, about the work that they do, and about the work that you do, and about the collaborative, and about all of the other things that I am learning about. So I don't let a board meeting go by where I don't make some statement of some kind about this work. Know that it is indeed a work that is one of the primary functions of the library, one of the primary ways that we provide services and support. And because of the work that Megan and the team do, because of the work that you do, because I am able to go back and advocate on your behalf, know that it has become one of the leading advocacy aspects of the Nashville Public Library Foundation. And indeed, I think what we have done is we have set the stage. We have set the bar for the way other programs should be engaged with, communicated about, and supported. So with that, again, I say thank you. I'm going to be around all day. This is my second summit. I will be here with you all day. Some other board members may come in and out during the day. We've invited our board members to come in and out during the day, and some of them have indeed said that, and we said they didn't have to come and stay all day, but at least we've invited them to come and spend some time. So if you see a board member, okay, please advocate on your behalf with them. Please let them know that this work is so important. And I certainly, you have one person at least who certainly will be sitting at every board, and my board members can tell you, at every board where I make some statement about the work that is being done by Megan, her group, and all of you here. Thank you so much for all that you do for the individuals who are so needed, who so need the services that you provide. From the bottom of my heart, and from the board of directors of the Nashville Public Library Foundation, we say thank you. And with that, I don't know if it's cake, or if it's cupcakes, or if it's punch, it's a coffee, but let's go to the reception that is over in the gallery. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Go celebrate.